Hey, what's up, everybody? True Boxing here. Thank you for coming back to get hit with the truth. So today we're doing the what's next on Devin Haney, the undefeated, reigning, undisputed lightweight champion of the world, as he is coming off of his second consecutive dominant unanimous decision over former unified lightweight champ George Kambosos Jr. Haney came out. He looked very sharp. He was more aggressive. You could tell he was trying for the knockout. Almost got it. I know he definitely hurt Kambosos, but Kambosos just has a heart of a lion. He kept fighting. He kept coming forward. But Devin Haney scores the even more convincing and lopsided unanimous decision as he stays undefeated and retains the undisputed lightweight championship of the world. So now the big question is, what's next for Devin Haney following that win? Well, what we do know is that he has one more fight left on a 3-fight ESPN contract. He fought Kambosos on the first 2 fights. Now there's one more. So, who's it going to be? Now, we know who the front runner is, and that's the first guy we talk about on the list, Vasily Lomachenko, the former unified champ. Lomachenko is fighting Jermaine Ortiz, actually this weekend coming up. Most people feel he's going to win that fight without question and move forward towards a showdown with Devin Haney. Now, that's what I think makes the most sense and is likely to happen. But let's take a run through the rest and see, if there's any other options, just in case an injury or the war in the Ukraine escalates again, to where Lomachenko's got to take some time off again. Let's just see. So, Gervonta Tank Davis, I don't see it. As from what I've been reading, Tank could be, looks like they're trying to work it out between Tank and Ryan Garcia for the next fight. Tank is the regular champion to Devin Haney's WBA super title. So if the WBA ordered that fight, the fight could happen. Now, I really don't think Tank wants to fight Devin Haney at this point. I think he wants to test himself a little bit more. So I really don't see this one, but it's not to say that it couldn't happen, but I don't think so. Next is Ryan Garcia. Well, Garcia's campaigning at 140 pounds, unless a big enough fight at 135 presents itself. I think Haney would be down, but he's on ESPN now, for the next fight. Ryan Garcia's with Golden Boy in the zone, so that's not going to happen. And plus, Ryan is talking about fighting Tank Davis next. I'll believe that when it actually happens, but you never know. Maybe it could, or maybe it will finally. You got Joseph Diaz Jr. Diaz is fighting William Cepeda this weekend coming up. I think he's going to beat him. But that would be a rematch between him and Haney handled Diaz. Not with ease, but it was convincing. So I don't think there's a reason for a rematch. So I don't see this one. Then you got Zaur Abdullayev coming off which would be a rematch for him as well. He's coming off the knockout upset of Jorge Linares. But Devin Haney years ago handled Abdullayev, stopping him in 4 rounds. Would this fight even make sense, a rematch right now? I don't think so, so I don't see it. You got Javier Fortuna. He's coming off the knockout loss to Ryan Garcia. There's no point in Devin Haney fighting Javier Fortuna, especially when Fortuna doesn't even fight for ESPN. A rematch with Jorge Linares, the former 3-division champ. Not seeing it. He soundly defeated Linares in the first fight. He got hurt at the end of it, but nothing that calls for a rematch, especially if it takes place on ESPN. Richard Comey's not at 135 anymore. Isaac Cruz, he fights for the PBC. I doubt that fight's a possibility. Jeremiah Nakathila, honestly, this might be the only ESPN top-ranked option outside of mandatory fights that would be possible if the Lomachenko fight didn't happen. But I don't see it. I think he's likely going to fight a mandatory if the Lomachenko fight doesn't happen. Before that, before a fight with Nakathila would be there. And then Gustavo Lemos, the undefeated knockout artist. He ended Lee Selby's career. I don't see Haney fighting him either. Lemos is, I think he's a top contender of the IBF belt. So I guess maybe that puts him in the mix right there if the IBF were to order that fight, if Lomachenko falls through. But I really think Devin Haney wants a big fight to close out his ESPN contract. And to be honest, I don't think there's no doubt in my mind that unless, barring an injury or barring an escalation in the Ukraine to where Lomachenko decides not to fight again, I don't see how this fight doesn't come to fruition in the first half of next year between Devin Haney and Vasily Lomachenko. They're lined up, same program. It's a huge fight for the Undisputed title. They might not get an opportunity to do it for the Undisputed belt after this one. So it has to happen, and I think it's going to happen next. I really do. I think we're going to see Haney and Lomachenko collide for the Undisputed Lightweight Championship of the world. But that's it. That's what I got. That's the what's next on the undefeated and reigning Undisputed Lightweight Champion of the world, Devin Haney, following a dominant 12-round unanimous decision victory over George Kambosos Jr. in their rematch. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button, leave the comment, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate any and all support. This is True Boxing. You've been hit with the truth.